Hello and welcome back, and in this video we're going to be talking about map styles. So let's style the map using MapStyle modifier. By default, map view displays names of road, location, icons representing points of interest. However, we can modify the map view to show satellite images, street views, or combination of both using the MapStyle modifier. This modifier takes MapStyle as a parameter with possible values of hybrid, imagery, and standard. These represents the supported styles. The hybrid style uses satellite imagery of the area with the road and road information with some layers on the top. Okay, so let's go ahead and try this out. What we're going to do is we're going to go into our map detail view, and then we are going to add a map style right at the map level. So if we have our map view, we're going to say map style, and we're going to choose hybrid. Let's go ahead and see if we actually find the satellite image for the location that we have chosen, and I think it should show Alcatraz as the location. I'll give it a minute to compile and get it ready, and unpause the recording as soon as it is ready. Alright, so as you can see, we can not only see the satellite image, we can also see the names of the roads, and we can basically see the location names and points of interest. Okay, now if we change this into just imagery is basically it will display just the satellite image. So you're gonna see the satellite image, but you won't be able to see the names of the road and other information that usually is shown on the map. Okay, now a standard style gives you basically the default style, which actually represents the roads but does not give you imagery, and it is basically a map drawn using some vectors. Right, and this is basically this is another one which actually shows you all the information about the roads, the points of interest, the names, and also like the terrains, what kind of terrain it is. Like, you can see, like, greens represent some of the greener area, maybe some mountains and stuff like that, and a little bit of gray actually represents just like, the rock and stuff. Okay. Alright, so the standard map comes with basically with a combination of options. So let's begin by exploring them. First, we will examine the traffic layer for the standard style. Now, San Francisco is known for its notorious traffic. So let's take a look the traffic around the Golden Gate. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to just add show traffic as true, and we're going to change this to 1. That way we actually are moved to Golden Gate area. Okay, now let's see if we can actually find some traffic somewhere on the map. Maybe we have to zoom in. There we go. So as you can see, there is some traffic going on here. And if I zoom out and maybe go a little bit in the city, you'll be able to alright, that's way too far. Okay, so there we go. So this bridge is known for traffic, and as you can see, there's like a bit of a traffic, and traffic pattern is drawn based on like how much congestion it is. So orange or yellow is kind of like a little bit of traffic, and traffic is building up, and red is basically there's a huge traffic there. Okay, so you can use this feature to basically show real-time traffic within traffic information within your app. Okay, now you can also add some realism using realistic elevation option. Okay, and realistic elevation option is another option. So you can say elevation, and you can say realistic, and this is basically defined on standard, but you have like these defined in others as well. let's go ahead and see if we can actually zoom in a little bit more. So let's use 0.5 and 0.05 and zoom in a little bit. Actually, you know what? 0.01, sorry, the opposite. Let's wait for map to update. Okay, a little bit more. So let's see if 0.1 gives us like, really close. If it gets us really close, we'll actually be able to see. All right, let's determine what's the right setting is gonna be. So 0.1 is definitely taking us further. Okay, so I was definitely going in the wrong direction. 0.005 is the zoom level that we need. Okay, so now you can see a little bit up close, and if I can go zoom in, you can see that the map is now realistic. And let's go ahead and try to tilt the map, and you can see there's a bit of a realism into the map. So you can see like, the map, the shadow, and there is like, a bit of information that is underneath something, and that is all drawn for you. Okay, so this is what realistic terrain will give you basically for the map style. Okay, and if you look at the Golden Gate itself, it looks really beautiful, really stunning in this. Okay, I zoomed in a little bit clearly, but yeah, so map preview can crash. I've seen like, this couple of times, and this is because preview actually has like, some limited memory, and we are clearly going beyond that. Okay, but if you run this in simulator, you're not gonna see any issue. All right, with that, let's go ahead and move forward. So the map view by default shows the points of interest. Like, it shows like, all the points of interest that the user might be interested in. But if you want to focus just on the terrain or the location, you can actually turn that option off by defining that inside the standard parameter. Like, for the standard style parameter, you can say points of interest, and you can say excluding all. Okay, and what this is going to do is it's going to exclude all the points of interest. So as you can see, there's no coffee shop or anything mentioned, but you have like, all the road names and all the terrain still located there. Okay, now you can actually instead of like basically removing, you can include points of interest. Now, points of interest struct allows you to define a method to include specific points of interest using MK points of interest category type, or you can actually comprise or like, basically include a list of points of interest that you want to show. Now let's include the parking locations around Golden Gate along with ATMs, banks, and bakeries, and we'll also basically just include them onto the map and see like, how they look. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to say points of interest, and we're going to create an array. Okay, and actually let's first define that we want to include it, and including the array of MK point of interest category. Okay, now we can say that we are interested in finding out the parkings, the ATM, and there are like, some predefined values. That's what we are looking for. ATMs, bank, and let's use bakery. Okay, and now once the map is updated, we can actually try to move around and see if we can actually find some of these things. I'm going to zoom out a little bit, and I know there are a lot of bakeries in the downtown area. Okay, so there we go. As we can see, like, there are parking spots. There's a bakery right there. So yeah, you can actually sort of like, move around, and there you go. Like, you have a lot of cafes and bakeries around this area as well. Okay, so this is how you can actually include the points of interest that you want to basically show to your users. All right, with that, we have actually reached the end of this video where we actually learned about how to use map styles. Now, in the upcoming videos, we're gonna continue to explore different aspects of SwiftUI map and MapKit. Okay, so I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you.